Hey everybody, today we're going to show you how to find all 32 Korok seeds here in the Gerudo Canyon and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Our first two seeds are going to be found north of the Gerudo Canyon Skyview Tower. You guys can see our exact location right here on the screen. And once you make your way over here, you're going to find our little Korok buddy hanging out right down here below the lift. When you interact with him, you'll see that we need to take him up by the Skyview Tower. We don't need to build any vehicles. What we're going to do is pick him up and bring him over here to the left, and you want to attach him to the bottom left side of this lift. Once he's attached, then use Ultra Hand and grab onto him and pull him down. Then you can get on the lift, pick up the little box that's on here and throw it off so that we can go all the way up to the top. And because you put him on that left side, we're now going to be able to reach him, detach him from the bottom, and bring him right over here to the campsite with his buddies, interact, and you'll get your first two seeds. Seed number 3 is going to be found just east of the Skyview Tower. You guys will actually be able to see a bunch of trees here on your map. All you want to do is work your way over to the large rock structure, and underneath are going to be some leaves that you can hit with your sword. And all we need to do is pick up the small rock that's under those leaves, and we'll get our third seed. Number 4 is going to be found pretty much in the same exact spot as number 3, just east of the Skyview Tower. We're just going to head a little bit further south, and you're going to find a giant boulder here in a hole in the ground. Go ahead and pick that thing up and drop it in the wooden stand right here beside it. Once you do, the Korok will pop up, and you'll get seed number 4. For number 5, you want to work your way to the mountaintop just south of the Skyview Tower. You can see our exact location right here on the screen. And once you make it up here, you just want to walk over to the cliff. And if you jump off right over here on the right, you're going to see there's a little ledge that's got a wooden tree stump. Go ahead and walk over that. And then all we need to do is climb up the side of the mountain a little bit over here to this ledge where the yellow circle is. We can walk through that circle. The Korok will appear and we'll get seed number 5. Number 6 can be found on the mountainside just east of Spectacle Rock. If you head over here, you can see on your map, you're going to have two squares kind of next to each other right here. That's going to be one rock leaning against another, and underneath one of them is going to be an acorn that you can hit with an arrow to get seed number 6. Number 7 is going to be found down at the end of the Yarna Valley. You guys can see we're going to be up on the cliff side here so that we can jump down right down here. If you go up on this cliff, you can see we can jump right down here to this big ledge where we're going to have a puzzle to solve. This one's pretty easy. We just need to pick up the piece, and right over here on the right, we need to rotate this thing like a candy cane and just sit it on top of the single block in the middle. Once you do, the Korok will pop up and you'll get seed number 7. Number 8 is going to be found just south of the East Gerudo Mesa. You guys can see we're going to be on this little ledge right here. And you're going to find a cork over here with some boulders. All we need to do is pick up one of these boulders and attach it to the cork. And once it's attached, just grab the boulder and drop it off the ledge. It'll take the other side out. The Korok will appear and you'll get seed number 8. Number 9 is going to be found on the main path just east of Champion's Gate. If you're on ground level working your way through this little canyon, you're going to find two rocks kind of attached to each other. And if you climb up on top of these things, there's going to be a small rock that you can pick up. Go ahead and pick that thing up and you'll get seed number 9. Number 10 is going to be located down by the South Lemay Labyrinth. You want to be on the south side and you want to be on the very top. Now, once you work your way up to the top on the very south side, you'll find a pinwheel. And when you walk up to that thing, it's going to spawn 3 balloons right here in front of you. Hit all 3, the Korok will appear and you'll get seed number 10. Number 11 is going to be found on top of Mount Grenache, just east of the labyrinth. You guys can see our location here. There's actually a little square on your map. And all there is a small little rock in that square. Go ahead and pick up that rock and you'll get seed number 11. Number 12 is going to be located down here on Duval Peak. You guys can see we're going to be at the very top here in this circle. We're going to have a puzzle to solve, which is pretty simple. We're just going to take the piece out and we need to rotate this thing around to make it a perfect rectangle. Once you get the thing into place, the Korok will appear and you'll get seed number 12. Number 13 is going to be found on the southern side of Duval Peak. You guys can see we're going to be right over here where we have the little dotted lines of rocks. And once you're up here, we've got 2 rocks to move. They're both going to be in this far rectangle. All we need to do is connect these 2 lines of rocks right here. So take both of these, connect them in the middle. And if you line these up perfectly, it'll do the little poof. The Korok will pop up and you'll get seed number 13. Number 14 is going to be on the ground just east of Duval Peak. You guys can see right over here. We're going to have a whole lot of little rocks on your map. And all we want to do is go to the tallest rock that's leaning right back over here. You'll have some arrows pointing towards it. And if you walk out on the ledge, a little cluster of leaves will spawn. If you interact with those, you'll get seed number 14. Number 15 is going to be located on the mountain that's just east of Mount Grenache. You guys can see right over here by the Osira Plains. And we're going to have one flower that's in the middle, walk up to that, and then you're just going to play a game of follow the flower. The next one's coming right over here to this rock. You turn around, the next one's going to spawn all the way across on this rock. You pick this one up, turn around once again, and run all the way to the other side on these rocks. And then we only have one flower left after this one, and it's going to be on the tall rock that's right here beside you. Just climb up top, grab it, the Korok will pop up, and you'll get seed number 15. Number 16 is going to be just east of Mount Grenache as well. This one's going to be on the side of the mountain right here. And once you make it up here, we're going to have a puzzle that we need to solve. What you want to do is take this piece and rotate it around to where we have 2 blocks on the left and 2 on the right, but the 2 on the right are going to be 1 block higher. And you can see me trying to put it in right here at the front. What you need to do is go right over here to the right side, and then you'll be able to stick it in to the rest of the puzzle. Once you do, the Korok will pop up and you'll get seed number 16. Number 17 is located over at the East Gerudo Mesa. You guys can see our exact location right here. And once you make it over here, you're going to find this archway looking thing that you can run under. There's going to be a piece of wood on the ceiling. All we need to do for this next one is ascend through that piece of wood. And once you pop up at the top, the Korok will appear and you'll get seed number 17. Number 18 is going to be found on a mountaintop over by the Stowry Plateau. You can actually see our little dotted lines up here where we're going to have a bunch of rocks. Essentially what we need to do is fill in this square over here on the left. Our first rock is going to be right here beside it, so we can drop this one in place. Then our second rock is going to be over here on the other side. Go ahead and pick that up. Come over here, complete the square. If you get it right, the Korok will pop up. You can see I didn't line it up perfectly, so just move this one over a little bit. And boom, it'll do a little poof. The Korok will appear and we'll get seed number 18. Numbers 19 and 20 are going to be found together along the main path just south of the Gerudo Canyon Pass. You can see our location here. And our little Korok buddy is going to be hanging out by this wall. Go ahead and interact with him and you'll see that we need to take him up on the cliff that's right here behind us. All we're going to do is pick him up and turn around. And we're just going to place him on top of these rocks and we're just going to keep climbing up. So we'll drop him on the next one, climb up. The next one, climb up, and then we'll be able to put him up on the side. And we can drop him off with his buddies, interact, and we'll get our next 2 seeds. Number 21 is going to be found at the Gerudo Canyon Pass. You want to work your way to the middle. And then on the southern bridge, if you actually jump off right under the bridge, is going to be a little ledge that's got a small rock on it. Land on that ledge, pick up the rock, and you'll get seed number 21. Number 22 is also going to be found at the Gerudo Canyon Pass. This one's going to be on ground level. So if you see where the second bridge is, the small one here, if you go to the ground where the water is, there's going to be a small little island that's got a cork on it. Go ahead and pick up that cork and just dunk it down into the water. And when you let go, it's going to pop back up, revealing the Korok and giving you seed number 22. Number 23 is going to be on the northern side of the Gerudo Canyon Pass. You want to head right over here to the northern bridge. Then once you get here, all we want to do is jump off over here on the side. And if you turn around, we're going to have a little archway. And there's going to be a balloon that's floating right at the top of that archway. Hit that thing with an arrow and you'll get seed number 23. Number 24 is going to be found just south of Mount Naburu. You can actually see we have a rock bridge that goes across the main path. If you go out on this bridge, there's going to be a circle of rocks. And if we turn around and go all the way back here to the edge of the mountain, we're going to have the rock that we need. Go ahead and pick that up and bring it right back over here to the middle of the bridge. And we're just going to fill in this diamond shape here. So drop this right here. Once it's there, the Korok will pop up and you'll get seed number 24. Numbers 25 and 26 are going to be found together pretty much in the same spot just south of Mount Naburu. You want to go right to the edge of the water and you're going to find our little Korok buddy hanging out. And you'll see that we need to take him just upstream. No need for a vehicle for this one. Just go ahead and pick him up. And if you go far left here, you don't even have to drop him. You can just work your way around these rocks, climb up this one here and drop down. And you can just carry him right back over here against the mountain, drop him off with his buddy, interact. You'll get your next 2 seeds. Number 27 is going to be found just south of Nefra Hill. We're going to be right on the edge of the river here on ground level. There's going to be a little spot where you can actually stand next to the water. And up here is going to be a really small rock that you can pick up. Go ahead and pick that thing up to get the Korok to pop up and you'll get seed number 27. Number 28 is going to be found over by the Kokit Plateau. You guys can see we're going to be right here on the northern side, right at the edge of the cliff. If you come over here and jump off, you'll see there's going to be one small rock sticking out here that's got a really small rock on it. Go ahead and pick that sucker up and you'll get seed number 28. Number 29 is going to be found on the western side of the Kokit Plateau. You're going to find a little bridge over here. And if you go right up to the bridge, right underneath is going to be an acorn hanging from a chain. Hit that acorn with an arrow and you'll get seed number 29. Number 30 is going to be found just north of the Gerudo Canyon Skyview Tower. You can see if you go to the northern side of the mountain here on this cliff and you jump off the ledge, there's going to be a small wooden walkway attached to the side of the mountain here. If you drop down, there'll be a small rock at the end that you can pick up. And once you pick that thing up, you'll get seed number 30. Number 31 is going to be found just west of the Skyview Tower along the main path. This one's a little tricky, so come to this exact location and you're going to find a bunch of rocks as well as some red arrows pointing at those rocks. If you go up to them and go behind them, there's a small little corner back here. And when you walk into that corner, the little leaves are going to pop up. You can interact with them and you'll get seed number 31. The 32nd and final seed in this region is going to be found over by the Gerudo Desert Gateway. You guys can actually see we have a really small bridge right here on our screen. If you go underneath that bridge and look up, there's going to be an acorn hanging from the rock right here. All you need to do is hit that thing with an arrow, the Korok will pop up and you'll get seed number 32. But this is how to find all 32 Korok seeds here in the Gerudo Canyon. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below and we'll see you guys in the next video.